true heel heat. Yes, it is I, Holly Cameron, and I'm in your phones, but I'm also making an appearance for True Heel Heat. I've been told it's a fantastic podcast. Why haven't you had me on it, huh? Where's my invitation? I think you guys need to feel the right. I'm at Comic-Con today, but I think we need to get some, some rap in the show. So let me know.
Happy New Year, happy 2026, and the return of AEWramble for the first time in 2026. Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3, and welcome to AEWramble episode 230. If there's a Willow, there's a way. Discussing last night's AEW Dynamite New Year Smash as only we can. And of course, to do that for the first time in 2 weeks, for the first time since last year, I am introducing the man of 59,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews. You go to him for your honest criticisms of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling. The one and only Jimmy Macram. How are you doing?
I'm good. I hope you all are doing well. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year indeed. We are here to discuss AEW Dynamite New Year Smash 2025. And we appreciate y'all if you are joining us live. Appreciate y'all for joining us on a whole new year of the True Hill Heat YouTube channel for 2026. We appreciate y'all for joining us. If you're watching on demand as well, show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with you guys there. You can also sound off in the comments down below and let us know what you thought about AEW Dynamite New Year Smash 2025. anything else you want to discuss in the world of wrestling, we are always open to discussion here, and do the same in the live chat. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel and AEWramble, the best and longest running AEW Dynamite review show in the land, you can do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. You want to say hi to your best friend Jimmy?
He can't speak.
You want to hear him? Say hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Daddy.
Hello. How are you, mate?
Howdy pie, talking Tom and Friends world.
It's like a Harry Potter book come to life. How are you? I'm glad you're doing well.
Okay, you done? Oh, wait. Let me get my headphones back. You about to walk away with the headphones and everything. All right. She did say, she was like, I want to say hi to Dada's friends. I want to say hi to Jimmy.
Oh my God, it's a Harry Potter book.
Send a super chat donation. Send your Harlem tax for the new year for 2026. We appreciate y'all in the chat. We got Felix in the chat who says, can't wait. So he can't wait for AEWramble. We appreciate. Oh, here she comes again. Here she comes. What did you want to show him?
What by talking Tom and Friends world?
Huh?
Are you taking the headphones from
Oh
me?
my God.
I'm gonna draw a panda.
They can't see you drawing the panda. You're just telling them you're drawing the panda. You just want them to hear you drawing the panda and playing your game? I know. Oh, go to the door. To the door. Take your laptop. Take your. Here.
It's a kangaroo.
There you go. She told you guys. We also got in the chat with us today. We got Zach Minger, who says National Hangover Day or Happy New Year's. Same difference, I guess.
Not acknowledging your fucking existence. I'm done with that. I left that in 2025.
What? Oh, Zach Minger? You know?
I'm done with your fucking existence. I'm not pretending. No.
You're so mean. Eric Isaac saying, Happy New Year, THH fam, and May 2026 be a most enjoyable year for all of wrestling. Congrats to Willow making history on the new year. We also got our boy Davion who says, Happy New Year, everybody. I'm excited to see what 2026 has in store for us wrestling fans. Indeed, I'm right there with you. We got Power Driver Finisher who says, hope you are all well. Hello, everyone. We got Davion who adds, everybody clap your hands. We have a new TNT champion. Let's go. You meant TBS champion, but I see you did add that. So there you go. Power Driver Finisher says, Harlem being booked on all the promotions in 2026. Indeed. And Brandon Big Brown, who says, the kids love Uncle Jimmy. Indeed.
I'm telling you saying that. A lot of things going on. I don't want to hear about how the kids love Uncle Jimmy. None of that, please. I ain't never been nobody's plane. I've never been to any island. I barely leave the fucking Bronx. I mean, Jersey at this point.
Bronx, Jersey, doesn't matter where you at. You don't leave it.
Catch me any place.
Oh, good. We got Big Man Dogs who says Good Brothers had the second best match of the year. He's talking about the Noah New Year show. I'm gonna continue watching that. I watched the Tetsuya Naito official debut, I guess, in Noah with him and Bushi winning the GAC Heavyweight Tag Team Championships against Keno and Naramichi Marufuji. And boy, oh boy, that match felt like it was in quicksand. How slow they were going because they're all in their 40s. So I can imagine I've heard nothing but bad things about that Noah show outside of Hiromu Takahashi and Amakusa. So
same. Know nothing about it outside the fact that it stunk. apparently. And the Good Brothers were okay. Apparently the second best whatever of the night.
Yeah.
Like 50 years old.
Big Man Doug saying Naito somehow got worse after a year break. Yo, he literally, I think he did like 3 moves and one of them was spitting at his opponent.
Oh my God. How old is he?
He's 43. 43 with no knees.
I said, this was 10 years ago. Everybody was telling him to hang it up. And now everybody feels like they can wrestle fucking ever. Let it go. It's over. It's fine.
I feel you. Tanahashi should teach everybody that once the knees are gone, you only got like 1 more year. Do the retirement tour while you're still able to walk to the ring. And that is comes to a conclusion on Sunday when he faces Okada in front of 50,000 people, the most attended most attended event at Tokyo Dome since Antonio Inoki's retirement in 1998.
Jesus, crazy.
Yeah,
it's gonna end horribly.
I think Okada will step up. We'll have 8 out of 10 fucks Okada.
Yes, for all that goodwill he gained when he was last in fucking Japan. Absolutely.
But he didn't want to put over anybody. On his way out of the company, he decided, I don't want to put over any of your new guys. Fuck all that.
I was about to say, Okada's not the one letting y'all down. You all are y'all down. He's been the same guy for a while now at this point. What y'all are talking about? He's
pretty much been in cruise control since like 2023, 2022, maybe.
Awesome.
Now he's getting paid. Now he's getting paid even more money. He's the best worker in the business.
Oh, you know he was mad he had to work twice on Saturday. Fuck. It's not my contract.
He's like, God damn, ain't y'all want me to try in both? In both? We got here in the chat, Adrian. Good to see you, Adrian, once again. He's Adrian Carpenter says, I tried to watch your SI Awards show, but when 2 of y'all voted John Cena Wrestler of the Year, I cut it off. Y'all lost me with that. Adrian, please identify the fact that 2 of y'all, as you said, was not me. Because I was the only one that did any pushback against John Cena being Wrestler of the Year, because people tend to believe that if someone is talked about the whole year, then they have to be the Wrestler of the Year. I saw some people being like, oh, if someone says that John Cena is not the men's Wrestler of the Year, then they you should not take them seriously. I am sorry.
Shit.
Those are the same people that believe that Donald Trump should be the world leader of the year, because he was talked about all year as well.
Oh, shit. All right. Fair enough. I already said what I had to say on this. It's Hangman. I'm not really interested in any other debates. No disrespect.
People are so like oh he well, the second half of the retirement tour, he had some of the best matches he's ever had in his career. Yeah, and he also had a giant turd with Brock Lesnar in September, right in the middle of it. What the fuck? Y'all just like the selective memory that wrestling fans have to make a award into something that it's really not. The Wrestler of the Year is supposed to be the person who checks the most boxes as far as in-ring, promos, character, push, their impact on the company, all those things. It's all of those things in one. Their drawing power, it's all of those things, not one of those things. If it was just biggest box office draw, then hell yeah, John Cena wins it. Wrestler of the Year is not that.
Very true. It's actually, we'll get into that later.
We got AC says, SB3, did you watch Yoda Tsuji's interview? I saw the quotes from Yoda Tsuji's interview. I gotta go watch the whole interview, but good stuff. I like Yoda Tsuji. The fact that he's blending and blurring the line between kayfabe and reality, saying, fuck AEW, I don't want this partnership. We need to get rid of all these AEW people because it's all about New Japan.
Is Gabe Kidd part 2?
And he's actually doing what he's a more of a domestic star, so he can add. It feels more valid him saying it than Gabe Kidd.
Here's hoping. I'm sick of the lack of commitment from all these wrestlers and wrestling companies. I'm really bothered. We'll get into it as the show goes on.
Great. Danny says, finally, AEW gives us a decent Dynamite to end the year. MJF is the ace of the company, and congrats to Willow on dethroning Mercedes. Look at Danny actually saying something nice for once, but of course it's a backhanded compliment at the same time.
Finally gives us a decent Dynamite. It's crazy. That was probably maybe top 5.
Not bad, yeah. I had a good time watching last night's show. And look at Big Man Dog. See, you're on to something. Yes. So Chris Benoit is the 2007 wrestler of the exactly. That is the logic that we're working with, ladies and gentlemen. Don't talk to. I saw somebody else being like, John Cena argue with the wall. Don't tell me about the booking and the creative. Nigga, that's half the year. That's January to August. The fuck is wrong with these people? I just think that, you're the one that taught me this. That drilled it in my head after doing 230 episodes with you. Wrestling fans ain't working with a full deck. Like, seriously. Seriously.
Well, that's fucking true. Well, where'd you fall on the William Regal thing?
Oh, Rigo made a great point. I do understand the people that just being like the timing of it and bringing up the Braun Breaker of it all. Yeah, but he came from a good place. He had a good sentiment for what he was trying to say. So I agree with him. You don't need to be doing all that shit and basically doing the Masawa and wind up like Masawa where you're dying in the ring. We don't want to see that. That's not what you don't have to take all these risks to have great matches.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think it'd be common sense. But whatever. Wrestling fans will learn one day. Fucking Kenny Omega had to come down from on high. He had to leave his spot on fucking Mount Olympus as the god of non-WWE wrestlers to say everybody Regal was fucking obviously correct. Like, what are we even talking about? It's so duh. What the fuck is going on?
Regal made a good point by bringing up Bryan. Like, Bryan is the whole reason why we haven't seen Bryan in the ring in a year and a half is because of neck issues and been dropped on his head so many times.
It's a serious fucking thing. I don't listen. These are all grown adults. Do what you want.
Davion says Cena retirement matches didn't start getting good until that Cody match at SummerSlam, and then it's a good soup after SummerSlam, but you still have a Brock Lesnar shaped turd in the middle of that soup. That is objectively one of Cena's worst matches ever. And he had two of his worst matches ever in the same year. The Cody match at WrestleMania and the Brock match at WrestlePalooza are two of the worst John Cena matches of all time. These people who want to vote John Cena as Wrestler of the Year just want to amplify the fact that the Cody match and the AJ match is two of his best matches of the whole year. Yeah, that's great. But he also had two of his worst matches. Like, I can't objectively give someone that when their booking hasn't been good, the storylines they've been in hasn't been good, and they have two of their worst matches. How are you giving them Wrestler of the Year?
Even if he didn't have any bad matches, I still don't understand how he's in the competition for this. Listen, he had a big year. We can say that. He had a big year, but I'm not sure if it was good. In fact, no, it wasn't good. I'll stand on it. Sure. It wasn't good. No disrespect. One of the GOATs. It's a bad year. That wasn't your fault, I suppose.
We got Adrian who says, true that SP3, you clearly said you was not voting for Cena, then the guy that voted for WWE as promotion of the year because they made the most money. Come on, LO. I mean, dude, like I Cam Hawkins said it best. He said just because McDonald's makes the most money doesn't mean they make the best burgers.
Yeah. But if the fucking award is Restaurant of the Year, McDonald's might have an argument. What was your parameters for promotion of the year? Were the parameters given out?
Well, to me, promotion of the year is I think it involves your quality, the quality of work that you did as far as like stories, matches, output with shows, pay-per-views, TV shows. Your business is a factor. It has to be a factor when you're talking about promotion of the year. and just the overall fan perception of your promotion. Those are kind of the three major criterias for promotion of the year, and that's why I did not give it to. I was the only person on that panel that said I did not give AEW promotion of the year, even though they won it due to the points. I gave it to CMLL.
Okay, what was your parameter? Maybe this guy's parameter is just fucking money.
Just business. Yeah, just money.
Mine wouldn't be. WWE wouldn't be my top 2.
It wasn't in my top 5.
Jesus. Go ahead.
I did put a WWE affiliate though. I did put Triple E because Triple E did benefit from WWE acquiring it. It put out a better product, and it also made better business. So Triple E had to be in my top 5. I put an independent promotion, but I probably should have put TNA in that as well, another WWE affiliate, because TNA improved on their business. It's just quality wise, they were so not good that I couldn't put them in my top 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have business in there somewhere, but even if I had business number 1, which I don't, but I'll say I did, the year was so fucking bad creatively. I don't think I can justify it. I just can't. Sorry.
No.
It's a bad fucking year.
No. I agree. See, there we're on the same page, Big Man Dog says CMLO is the promotion of the year. Davion says I voted Adam Page for my wrestler of the year. It is something like that if it wasn't for like the other people on the panel, because I do know that I think all the people that I was on the panel on the round table talking about the wars with pretty much had John Cena at like number 1. So if it wasn't for the other people on the panel, Hangman Adam Page wouldn't have won that, and I would have been embarrassed to be on SI if John Cena.
What is going on?
I'll be honest. I would have been embarrassed because literally every outlet has put Hangman as the men's wrestler of the year. Yahoo's Uncrowned, True Hill Heat for our Heaties. He was number 1. You're going to check out the top 10 men's wrestlers of the year that we're dropping later today on the channel, and you'll see where he placed there as well. Like literally there was like 2 people that voted for John Cena in their top 5 out of 21 people that voted on our top 10 that we're going to drop later today.
If you don't watch AEW, that's one thing. I guess I give you a pass. But if you watch AEW with any type of regularity, it's Hangman Page. I'm not even sure it's close. You can say Mystico. You can say John Cena if you like. I don't understand. It's Hangman. What are we doing? What is this conversation even about? What box didn't he check outside of not being empty-headed?
Empty-headed dumb fucker.
Checked all the rest of the boxes.
Agreed there. All right, before we get into Dynamite, is there anything you want to discuss? You haven't been on the show in 2 weeks. WWE closing out 2025, heading into the big January 5th edition of Netflix. There was the big news that followed that we broke on AEW World's End review earlier this week, that Chris Jericho is officially gone from AEW on December 31st, and he is likely and expected to make his return to WWE as early as the January 5th Monday Night Raw. What do you think about that, or anything else you want to discuss?
There are things to be excited about a Chris Jericho return. The avenues for fun wrestling storylines involving Chris Jericho, Triple H, CM Punk, and company are endless, but they won't happen, so it's irrelevant. Instead, you'll get a bunch of fucking Chris Jericho matches that nobody wants to fucking see, and I will have to deal with a severe stomach virus having to watch this fucking nonsense. Congrats to him for actually making a fuck ton of money. But that's about the end of it. It's bad for everybody not named AEW. Good for you. Get him out underneath that fucking awful contract. I would imagine he was getting paid an absurd amount of fucking money. And instead you shipped it over to Nick Khan and them. Good for you.
You think he's gonna regret his decision when he sees what Triple H does for his retirement tour?
That might be the only enjoyable part. Just seeing how that fucking pans out. Fucking dog food and shit. Good. Fuck him. That's what you get for not retiring 2 years ago.
Yo, for real, like, come on, man. You should have just been gone a long time ago. Like,
terrible.
We reached the peak of, like, I think the peak of Jericho and AEW was like in the first year. Remember when Dynamite first started? He was like the best thing on the show.
Yeah, he He was motivated. He was relatively in shape. He was taking things seriously, which he struggled to do since. Yeah. Imagine he loses to Moxley and then just dips. Or lose to Moxley and have a 6 month fucking retirement thing. Sure.
Dude, like, why didn't he repeat the way he was always fresh in WWE is he used to take 2 to 3 year breaks. Imagine if he did like maybe I'm trying to think like what program. You're probably right. Like him losing the world title at Revolution, maybe he takes like a 6-month break and he comes back at the end of 2020. Like he could take the whole pandemic break and he comes back like around when Roman came back in 2020.
Ooh.
And then he feels fresh. You can give the Inner Circle some type of push without him. Like Sammy gets elevated and he's like challenging Moxley for the world title. Maybe Santana and Ortiz go after the tag team titles and actually win it at that point. Like,
yeah, it was shocking. It's his place in wrestling history. I think I used to say it can't be hurt by like the latter half of your career. No, it can. And Jericho's hurt his quite a bit.
Yeah, this is facts. It just is what it is. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I will say, Big Man Dogs, that has helped Cope's run in AEW is the fact that he jumped off a cage and the fact that he's taking a break now.
Just leave and then come back and realize, oh, this guy, yeah, I do like this guy. Before they get fucking sick of you.
It's like, oh yeah, we love to sing the song on this day. I see. We got Adrian who says Jericho will fit better in WWE because they really don't care about his in-ring limitations, but he better hope he gets decent booking. That's the catch-22 with WWE.
How's that different? AEW didn't care about his in-ring limitations either. He's always in that fucking ring. Ugh. And no, he won't get decent booking because they can't book decently. Maybe this is a hiccup. Maybe we'll look back at 5 years and go, boy, that's 2025. I don't know what's going on with Triple H then, but he was great before and great after. Here's hoping, but I have my fucking doubts.
Usually, I said this at the beginning of 2025. That's why my prediction was this is one of the greatest predictions that I ever made. And we'll do our 2026 predictions on the True Hill Heat flagship podcast on Saturday. But my big prediction for 2026 was 2024 was the last great booking year of Triple H. I was like, most bookers have a 3-year time span. They have a 3-year time span where they can give you really good stuff. But something always happens in year 3 that everything breaks down. And I saw the signs at the end of 2024 that 2025 was probably not going to be the last great year for him. He probably had his last great year in 2024 because he played off the whole bloodline storyline, which was really his crutch for saying that he was doing these great long-term storytelling that he basically got grandfathered from Vince McMahon. And that came to an end with that War Games in 2024. And I was like, I don't see anything on the horizon that's going to be as good as that or as good as Cody finishes the story or as good as Punk and Drew. And Punk and Drew happened by accident.
That's a very good point. Holy shit. Yeah, what have you done, actually? Good question. Outside of Paul Heyman and CM Punk, what have you done exactly? And Becky Lynch. Becky's been...
Rhea Ripley.
There is Rhea. Can't deny that. You know, I'd argue she's underutilized at this point for fucking run. It's fucking preposterous. I think I know. I'm not sure how you all feel about this, but I don't like the way booking is done at all. I know Tony Khan recently said he took the pen away from all these bumps. He does it himself. The outlines. I think that's relatively the way to do it. I don't think booking should be fucking bottom up. You get a whole bunch of ideas from people and then you spit it out. It should be the other way around. You have ideas and you give it to bums. No disrespect. You give it to them to do.
Yeah. And it's good that he has like these people that can kind of flesh out his ideas. I think this is the right way and why AEW was able to kind of gain in the fan perception department throughout 2025 is because he came up with this approach to it. Because this is really what Vince used to do. In like the 90s, he used to come up with ideas or he would hear ideas from Jim Cornette and Vince Russo, and then he would flesh it out. Either or. You don't need a big group of people giving you ideas, maybe 1 or 2 people, and then you flesh it out, or you do it the way Tony's doing.
Yes. And why we have Bruce Pritchard giving us ideas. That was one great Bruce Pritchard idea. Are you fucking serious? Can't you pay him to stay home? I get you like him. So what? Pay him then. Pay him at the house. Not interesting.
Let's see. Undertaker, Kane, the Mega Powers implode. Those are the two Bruce Pritchard kind of he's claimed credit for on his podcast.
He certainly has.
So those are the two. Those would be the two. And that's across 40 years. 40 years, I can name two things.
I'm sorry. And to be clear, I'm not exactly giving Tony Khan credit. I hate his booking. I hate it on the show. But I'm just saying. It's better than what I'm getting over there.
we're scraping at the bottom of the barrel here. This is better than the other one. We got a super chat donation, our first of 2026. So y'all know what time it is. We got to give wrestling's new kid the mic so he can.
Come on now. Oh my God, Siobhan. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, I miss you.
Christopher Kidd, who says wrestling's new kid, says the Cena year shows that WWE is not about things making sense. Also, Jericho and trusting Triple H with their retirement is both. If you know, like literally, this guy did not want to put y'all over when y'all were active wrestlers in your prime, and you think he's gonna put y'all over in your retirement tour?
Absurd. And I can't imagine his hatred for Jericho is less than his hatred for Goldberg. He's got to hate Jericho more. Jericho's been rather outspoken about his love-hate relationship, we'll say, with Triple H. Good luck to you, sir. I doubt it works out. You know what would be the measuring stick? Whatever happens with Styles. I think Styles will actually work out.
Yeah. I think he might do something with Styles. It seems like they're building up to a Gunther matchup, so we know we're going to at least get one classic match out of AJ Styles' final year, but I don't know. There's still people that's holding out hope that AJ, when his contract expires, he finishes off his retirement year in AEW.
Boy, oh boy. You're like in the heartbroken, huh? I know. Hey, good for you. We all need a little hope every now and then.
We got Danny, who's optimistic about Jericho. He says, I'm looking forward to Jericho's return. I'm far more interested in promos, vignettes, and backstage segments than I am in ring. I don't care about matches.
Me either. It'll all stink. I'm sorry. What have I seen that would suggest that it's going to be good? In the ring, out the ring, recorded. What makes you think it will be any good? I've seen nothing. But then about Becky Lynch, it stunks. Sorry. It just does. No disrespect.
And it really feels like Becky Lynch is entertaining in spite of her booking.
Dude, she's just great. That's the only thing. She's just great. That's it. This Maxine thing doesn't work outside of Becky Lynch.
It does not.
Charlotte, this would be fucking awful. But it's Becky Lynch, so it works. I'm sorry. Come on, man.
She made so much things work. She elevated Lyra Valkyria, elevated the Women's Intercontinental Championship, made AJ Lee's return work, and elevated Maxine Dupree. Like, come on.
Fucking
one of the MVP for WWE of 2025 for me.
Yes. No, not John Cena. It's Becky Lynch. Stop it.
No. Big Van Doug says you can give out input, but there's just one person booking at the end of the day. Indeed, that's Absolutely. How it should work.
For WWE, it's ChatGPT. Good Lord.
The town says, question, does Jimmy watch NXT? If he doesn't, will he watch it in 2026?
I don't think there's anything I can watch NXT. We've had people who I do genuinely love. Ricky Starks, Brian May, Oba Femi. You're not going to get more than a segment out of me. I just can't. This stuff is too goofy. I just can't. I appreciate the change of pace. I appreciate trying to be something different. But that something different isn't for me. I can't do it.
I get it. I do get it. We got, good point. Wrestling's new kid saying she elevated the Vision too. Don't forget. Yep, she did. She did. That was the only time the Vision was actually interesting. Man, the Vision standing in the ring on Monday was just like, what happened? What happened? Remember when we thought they were gonna be Dangerous Alliance after the Raw after WrestleMania when Braun first joined the group? Now he's standing here with fucking Austin Theory and Logan Paul.
It's like, what is this? Holy shit! It is shocking to me. It is jarring. They give off like Natural Born Thrillers vibes, except after you realize they're not cool anymore.
I gotta tweet this out after the show. Please, somebody remind me when we're closing out the show for me to tweet out that Jimmy compared the New Vision to the Natural Born Thrillers.
Oh, who's in that fucking thing? Sean O'Hare. Who else is in there?
Sean O'Hare, above average Mike Sanders.
Oh shit, he was in that group.
Mark Jindrak. Mark Jindrak. Who was the other guy? There was one more guy, but I remember those. That's one of those vivid memories from WCW 2000 that I still have in my head.
It's like, I appreciate the effort of pushing young people. These are not it. No disrespect. Holy shit.
Well, I disagree with this one. Dion saying only faction more mismatches. Don Callis, there's no unifying theme. Don Callis is a talent agency. It's a talent agency that trying to the family. That's the theme. They are mismatched, but that's for a reason, because Don wants a person from Mexico, he wants a luchador from Mexico, he wants a guy from Australia that's a wrestling machine, he wants one of the best wrestlers from Japan, he wants the greatest tournament wrestler. Like, that works. That is more. There is a unified theme in that.
Yeah, the mismatchness is kind of the point. That's why I like it.
Yeah, this one, like, they're supposed to vision the future of wrestling, yet one person is 38, the other person is 27, the other person is 30, but he's actually a social media influencer, and then they have this guy that's gotten more start and stop pushes that literally started his promo on Monday with, I've been waiting for this moment my entire life, when he is the youngest ever United States champion, the youngest ever Mr. Money in the Bank, and he beat John Cena at WrestleMania, but cutting a promo next to Paul Heyman is the greatest moment of his entire life.
I gotta be honest, I watch Austin Theory and I just can't help. What a nice guy. Looks like a nice kid. I don't believe you. I don't believe he's a bad guy. I just don't. I'm sorry. You seem like a nice guy. I got nothing for you. This group ain't gonna help.
I think that is like the thing that people compare him to John Cena about, is that he is, in general, like, I've met him, I've interviewed him in person, got to see him like out afterwards, and he is a very nice guy. Like, he has that face, but he has like the persona of 2003, 2002 Randy Orton.
Yes, like, it does feel like they're trying to do that again, except Orton's an actual dick. At least he was. So it doesn't really work the same. Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, man. All right. Finally, let's get into AEW Dynamite New Year's Smash last night. What did you think about the crowd in Omaha, Nebraska? I would say, especially after watching the main event, I like this crowd.
I thought they were up and down, but we'll say mostly good.
So we start off the show with Excalibur running down the matches for tonight, including the Death Riders facing Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, and Timeless Tony Storm. They also note that Moxley will have an eliminator matchup against Alexander. We get a video package with highlights from World's End this past Saturday. And then we see a fancy old vehicle pulling up to the building. And of course, that can be only one person, as out comes the new AEW World Champion Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF. He pulls up to the arena. There's a woman waiting for him, and she takes his big fur coat as he steps inside, going towards the stage entrance. Then right on cue, his music hit, and out comes our favorite scumbag into the arena, the AEW World Champion for the first time since 2023. He says, cut my music, cut my music, cut my music. He says that Swerve Strickland is the franchise. Samoa Joe is the Samoan submission machine. Hangman Adam Page is your main character. And guess what, folks? I am MJF, and I'm your new AEW World Champion. So he says, so fuck the big three It's just Big Me. He says, and he introduces his brand spanking new Triple B as he presents his custom made title, the Big Bearberry Belt. He tells the folks to settle down, settle down. He says, I have the microphone. He says a lot of people are almighty unhappy with him. He says they think that it isn't fair that he outsmarted, outwitted, and destroyed their favorites. How about no? How about every single wrestler in my sport? If you are dumb enough to think that you are on the level of the devil, you have two choices. Either step up or get stepped on. He is a stallion and he is done slow trotting so the donkeys can keep up. From now on, he is going to sprint. No one will catch him until he reaches the finish line and goes down as the best of all time because he is Maxwell Jacob Freeman and he is better than you and you know it. But he is interrupted by another former AEW World Champion, the Cleaner, Kenny Omega, who said the last time we saw him on last week's Dynamite on 34th Street that he had a bit of unfinished business, and we found out what that unfinished business was here. Kenny Omega on the Contron says, you made me feel a certain way. You make me feel like he is reaching the end of his career, then getting closer to the beginning. He hates not leaving that stone unturned. He wonders what would have happened if MJF didn't beat him to become the longest reigning AEW World Champion 2 years ago. This isn't about being the best in the world or the best in the world against the best bout machine or against the Cleaner or against the belt collector. He just wants one title that is. And if he gets the shot next week, or if he has to scratch and claw his way to it, he will win it back. So for now, he must bid you adieu, goodbye, and good night, bang. So Kenny Omega has thrown himself into the picture for the AEW World Championship. But MJF doesn't like everything that Omega had to say. He gets back on the mic and he says Omega wasn't man enough to come out here and say that to his face. But you know who is? That brings out the music of Hangman Adam Page, and he appears in the audience on one side of the crowd in the stands, and then the music of Swerve Strickland hits, and he appears on the other side of the stands. The former rivals come down to the ring looking to get their hands on the new champion. MJF backs up into the corner with his Triple B until security shows up to keep Page and Strickland at bay and from getting to the champion. MJF says he knows that both men want a shot at him, but he is a professional and he believes that wins and losses matter in this company. So go pick up some wins and go talk to Tony Khan and then come and talk to me. But until then, bye-bye. Not for nothing, it does he did sound like he said Cody Khan at one point, but he said Tony Khan. MJF at that point, he runs out as Hangman and Swerve start beating up the security. They start doing double team moves like a buckshot lariat off the back of Swerve into one of the security guards, and then Swerve following up with the house call. That was a great moment there. Then the two baby faces, after they take care of all of the security, Hangman gets on the mic and he says, Maxwell, I will get a hold of you and I will strangle you with that ugly ass belt before I take it away from you. Then Swerve gets on the mic and he says that you better pray that this man gets to you before I can. I can only show you a part of what I am really capable of, so may the worst man win. On the Contron now appears Samoa Joe and the Ops. They are still in the title picture. Is Samoa Joe. He says, you two don't deserve a rematch. Joe does. He was the champion that was wrongfully stolen. The title was stolen from him. He says, there are always obstacles in my way, and I know how to take care of them. Hangman, you had the nerve to put your hands on Hook, the best second-generation wrestler of all time. He has told Hook to choke out Hangman on sight. And Swerve, meat is back on the menu. So he is sending Powerhouse Hobbs after him. Hangman says, new year, same dumb shit. He says, send Hook, send Hobbs, it doesn't matter. And then Swerve finishes things off and he says, we'll do this next week in a lights out match. So next week on Dynamite, it will be Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland versus the Ops, Hook and Powerhouse Hobbs in a lights out, no holds barred matchup. This was long in the tooth for sure, but I enjoyed MJF's presentation here. He was less of the edgelord kind of sarcastic comic who's just busting the chops of everybody around him. He felt more of like the Ric Flair ex world champion who people have to go through obstacles to earn the opportunity to face him so he can prove that he can find a way to beat them. I like Kenny Omega throwing his name in the hat because Omega and MJF feels like one of the bigger AEW World Championship matchups you can do this year, and I hope that's the main event for Revolution in March. And Swerve and Hangman, I don't like them teaming up together. I don't like them pairing up together at all, really. But they did establish that the whole reason they're together is because their motivations are aligned. They both want to get their hands on the world title, and basically, once they get involved with the world title, they will fight it out between the both of them. I understand that, but they should address that a little bit more, a little bit harder to punch up that point. And I thought Joe's promo was a lot better than all of his promo work during his 1 month reign. What did you think about this segment?
They can't talk about it. The more you talk about it, the more the fucking theory falls apart. So you gotta pretend like it doesn't happen. You brush over it and hope nobody notices because this is fucking stupid. MJF is great. I think I didn't realize why I liked it as much as I did. You're right. He turned down the edgelord. He felt more like he should. Less underdog, more the favorite, which I fucking appreciate. Omega was great. Came off like a star. These are the two biggest stars in the company. Yeah, all this mostly worked for me outside of Swerve and Hangman. Swerve making threats no longer hits for me. I'm sorry. It used to, but now he's not the most dangerous person in that fucking ring. Hangman's way more dangerous than he is. Just
True.
on camera shit they've done, it's not close. Sorry, I don't believe you. You hope he can see you. Or what? You'll throw a fucking t-shirt at a baby? You'll team up with your enemy? What? You'll get a fucking syringe injected into your mouth? Shut up. Swerve, you're not scary. Would you go away? Sink. The actual psychopath is over there. Stop it.
I like the fact that they made the world title scene feel like all the big stars are gunning for it. Like it made the world title picture look exciting heading into 2026 with how many people they had involved in this segment. That's why I think that this segment came off so well.
Yes, this worked for me. This worked for me mostly. But when did they announce this match? The tag team match? I know they announced it that night, but it was definitely before 30 minutes. They announced it right at the end of the segment, or did they come back?
No. They later in the show they said it was now official.
Announcing yes, Tony Khan has made it official. Announcing next week's match 30 minutes to fucking this week's show. Fucking absurd. I hate it so much.
We're building episodic television here, man. We had to hype up the next episode, man.
You can't wait till the end of the show? You can't wait until the last 30 minutes, maybe? Good Lord.
The only real thing that I think was missing here is I wish that Bandito could have been a part of this segment in some way. We would get something involving MJF and Bandito later in the show. I just think that either you have Bandito involved in this segment or you start off the show with the Bandito match. The Bandito match should have been next. So that would have been you talking about the entire world title picture in your first 40 minutes of the show.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah, we could open the Bandito match instead of what was it? Is it Moxley? No, it was a 6-man.
Yeah, it's the Death Riders. Yeah.
Oh, good Lord! All right.
Let's see what the chat had to say about this segment here. We do got a super chat donation. Look at who it is. It's Will Chisholm is back. Good to see you, Will Chisholm. Happy New Year to you, good brother. So we're going to give you One of our
I'm
favorites.
serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Will says, I don't think people know how WWE AJ Styles is. That man wants to be an agent or work in NXT with the kids. It's over, AEW fans. I agree. It is. Once he announced his retirement, and yeah, he's been talking about like working with WWE backstage afterwards. He's sticking with WWE. He's finishing his career with WWE. He loves it there.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's the only. I'll go for only until another name pops to my fucking head. The only guy who came from another place who was treated even remotely like the star he fucking is. He's a fucking unicorn over there. Yeah, I'd love it there too.
Yeah. I mean, Cody's like but Cody was already there with them, so yeah.
Cody's a dumb guy. Prodigal son. Welcome back.
Welcome back, son. We've missed you. Thank you.
Oh, let me ask you, because I feel like I'm having a psychotic break when they were showing those emails with Vince talking to Bruce Pritchard. Didn't we discuss this when it was happening? Didn't we say that stuff WrestleMania felt like it's booked by two different fucking people? Wasn't that us?
We did because remember we were talking about the whole Omos and Brock Lesnar shit.
Yes.
We were like, no, that is not what Triple H wants to do. Like, what are we doing? The Austin Theory and John Cena match. We were saying that too. Like that all was so Vince coded. So this was so much like it felt like such a big story when it dropped on social media. But to me, when I read it and I found out about it, I was just like, oh, okay, I knew that.
Yeah, told you so. What? Good Lord. Lashley coming out posing with this fucking trophy? Yeah, I remember that. Absolutely. That's Vince. What do you want?
That's definitely Vince. That's him. Oh man, we got Dion who says MJF with his second world title and third hairline.
I will say I do like it. And I like the style he did of it. It looks more of like a mobster than his usual puffy Jewish look again.
Yeah. Louisville liking the Triple B. What do you think about the Triple B?
Solid belt.
Yeah, I agree. We got Adrian who says, I appreciate you actually doing a review because no one did a review of New Year's Smash. If a WWE show on New Year's, most podcasts would have still done a review. We're always here, Adrian. We're committed. We committed to the grind. 230 episodes. That's why now we're not only the best AEW Dynamite review show, we're the longest running, probably.
That is very true. I have a question. And we'll pretend like it's not aimed at the person who asked. I have a question.
Oh God, there we go. Let me get my finger on the trigger. Go ahead.
6 years in. Is that how long old AEW is?
Yes.
7 years? 6 years in.
Now we're going. No, we're seven. Yeah, 7 today.
Heading up 7?
7 years since they announced it.
A bunch of fucking years. How long do we get to do the woe is me thing? Like, we so damn nobody treats us unfair. Come, all right, 6-7 years. You gotta stop. You gotta stop, bro. That's fine for 2 or 3 years. 6 or 7 years. You gotta stop. Why can't we just catch a break? Oh, good Lord.
Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Not as
no disrespect.
Bad. Not as bad as I thought you would be there. Dogs saying I genuinely saw people say MJF did too good of a job of cutting a promo and it made them mad. I think you're probably talking about the promo when he returned. I mean, yeah, so I heard Brian Alvarez reported that he didn't clear the promo with anybody in the ring when he made his return in Manchester.
I wouldn't be shocked. You call Swerve Diddy and fucking shitting all over him. I would imagine you didn't clear it. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude. Davion saying MJF versus Kenny Omega 2 sounds like a match for Revolution. Yeah, that's why I like the fact that they did this here because Revolution, mainly a lot of people have the theory. A lot of AEW fans think that Revolution is their biggest show of the year, and that comes down to the fact that it's a longer build than any other show. Any other show is like 4, maybe you'll get 6-8 week build, 10 weeks to build to a show. That's why it always feels like it's one of the bigger shows of the year for AEW.
Is that the next pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That is crazy.
Yeah. Fair enough. They got the Australian show, but that's like a TV special. So
okay. Fair enough.
We got here in the chat, we got Dion who says, I hope this is building to Revolution or Double or Nothing and not All In. No, I think definitely All In. If he's healthy, it's Will Ospreay.
Yeah. Yes. And he should win the belt. Yeah. And we should move on from quite a few people.
And my theory is I'm sticking with you. I think I asked you this like a couple of weeks ago. The MJF, we said MJF, we said Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher. That should be your next 3 AEW World Champions.
Those should be. I feel significantly less confident after fucking Fletcher lost to fucking Moxley.
Instant classic. It was a fantastic match. Come on, man. It's okay. We got Ace who says this opening segment was great. We also got in the chat here, we got Big Man Dogs. I see some arguing, but it's okay. I won't highlight that. Big Man Dogs says Swerve lost me on that when the Swerve versus Mox angle was more violent than the actual match.
To say, yeah, you talk a lot of shit and then don't back it up. I'm sorry. People never forget that. Who is it that says people shouldn't threaten to kill each other in a match because the babyface inevitably is not going to follow through? I used to say that. It always made a lot of sense to me. Like, yeah, you're just talking shit. You're just talking. You don't do nothing. Sorry. Over it.
We got big Power Drive Finisher saying, bro, wrestling is on 52 weeks in a row, producing shit like that. Really good storylines are far and few. So I don't know, Danny, why you watch.
I mean, that's not the worst point in the world.
we did address Danny the other day. Like, this dude, like, just he not only does not like what he's watching, he wants you to know that he doesn't like it. He's very adamant.
Yeah, that's true. The soap opera like storytelling probably flops a lot more than it fucking succeeds. I mean, without Austin and Vince or Triple H, Angle and Stephanie, or the Bloodline, a lot of just fluff. That's fair. Yeah. Fair enough.
And then the Austin and Vince, we had to deal with the higher power and bullshit like that in like year 2 and stuff. So
fair enough.
We go backstage, and Renee Paquette is with the conglomeration and non-conglomeration member Roderick Strong. Briscoe says that the year of our Lord in 2026, they will be entering with Willow Nightingale winning the TBS championship in the main event. Renee says that they are running back the Mixed Nuts Mayhem, and Briscoe says that the word of the day is I'm trying to say this right. Aspiration. He says that is the word of the day because he is seeing aspiration of everything going on. It's overwhelming how much the conglomeration has going on tonight. But then we see a hand come into the picture, and it is, of course, Timeless Tony Storm, who will be teaming up with the conglomeration and conglomeration adjacent members. She wants to know how her favorite citrus boy is doing after their dance at World's End. Mina Shirakawa comes in, and she is legitimately pissed about this whole budding relationship between OC and Timeless Tony Storm. She wants Cassidy to keep his hands out of his pants and off of Tony. Storm says that this is professional. He's not even her type. He's half awake. Luther hands her an orange, and Tony bites it and eats it and walks off while Strong screams, "Renee, I want no parts of this," and then walks away.
What'd you think, Danny? Is that fucking soap opera enough for you? It just stinks. Holy shit, what is this? Lord. Oh.
There's a love triangle going on between Orange Cassidy, Mina Shirakawa, and Timeless Tony Storm.
Between a bunch of people who need to go away for a while. And in the case of Orange Cassidy, for more than a while.
Orange just got back. Orange just got back.
I thought I was ready for you to come back. I'm not. Take a break.
Take another break, please. Hey, I'll give Tony credit. Like that Mixed Nuts Mayhem, I said was the match that overseed my expectations the most from World's End because that was so much fun, and it really showed me that it doesn't matter what Toni Storm is doing, the crowd just views her as a top star, and they just react to her more than they react to the Women's Championship matchup because she's bigger than that.
It certainly is, and she's treated like it, and everybody else isn't. And it reflects in the fucking crowd.
No, she doesn't.
Jamie Hayter and fucking Chris Statlander going to fucking.
They literally had to drop. They had to drop each other on the head multiple times to get that crowd to come alive.
Ass. Fuck it.
No, I feel like that came down to the build. The build was not. It was not given any focus, not given any spotlight, and the crowd just basically reacted like that.
Treated as such. Crowds only have two speeds for women's wrestling. Silence, and then pretending that this is the greatest thing that's ever happened in the history of the world, and chanting women's wrestling because they want to show everybody that they're woke. But they're not. They're awful people. Never forget it. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. And don't go into an empty room with them. These are fucking creeps. Never forget it.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Whenever they chant women's wrestling, scan the crowd and see who's doing it. And look at these people. Fucking giant heads, beards down to the fucking neck, fucking elite t-shirts, trench coats, fucking blue jorts, and their hands in their fucking pants. Never forget it. Do not fall for this horse shit. It's nonsense.
Hey, they're in a relationship, Tony and Mina. She's getting a little jealous of the relationship budding between Timeless Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy. Speaking of which, they teamed up here with Roderick Strong against the Death Riders, Marina Shafir, Claudio Castagnoli, and Daniel Garcia in a Tornado Trios matchup. The bell rings and everyone starts fighting. Tony is left in the ring to hit a Luthes Prez on Marina Shafir. She mounts her and punches her in the corner. Claudio comes back in and he throws Tony to the floor, getting some loud blues from the crowd. Strong comes in with chops and a drop kick to Claudio. Then he rains down punches on Claudio in the corner before Garcia comes in and mounts him. He fakes his dance, but then steps away. And then Orange comes in and hits him with the thrust kick. Cassidy in the corner, he mounts Garcia for 10 punches, but he lands one and walks away and celebrates, and the crowd actually cheered that. Shafir comes in and she gets a full Nelson on Cassidy. He gets out of it by putting his hands in his pocket. He then staggers into the corner as the Death Riders hit their running assault, one after the other with clotheslines and then a tandem freestyle soccer kick before we go to commercial break. The Death Riders all stomp on Strong when we return as Garcia holds up Strong so Marina Shafir, his wife, can chop him. Strong breaks free. He chops Garcia and Claudio, but not Marina. He does try a suplex on her before Claudio and Garcia break it up. We get Storm is back and she attacks Shafir. Cassidy is back and he's here to fight Garcia. The Death Riders turn the tables and miss corner charges before Cassidy and Storm meet in the middle and they start dancing with one another like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that they beat the Death Riders up with strikes. Claudio is back in and he hits he tries for the double clothesline to the mat, but Cassidy hits a PK on Claudio. Then we get Tony trying to hit the giant swing on Claudio. Shafir comes back in and breaks it up. She puts on Mother's Milk on Orange, but then Roddy comes in and he gives a backbreaker to his damn wife. Domestic violence at his finest. And that I heard that is not the first time that he has broken Marina's back. Claudio is left in the ring with Orange Cassidy. Claudio catches him, but Orange is able to reverse things into the Stun Dog Millionaire. Storm pulls up her tights and hits the running hip attack, the Sweet Cheeks music on Claudio. Claudio then walks into a DDT. Orange goes for the orange punch, but then Wheeler Yuta grabs his hair from behind. This causes Claudio to get the advantage, and he hits the pop-up uppercut on Orange, which is his kryptonite, and the Claudio gets the win for the Death Riders here. This was under 10 minutes, a few fun spots. The abrupt ending does hurt it a bit, but I thought this was pretty solid. What did you think?
Solid is the word. Mostly harmless. Really impressive if you fucking know that Marina and Roddy are married. I guess you get a pop out of the violence. If you don't, because you're not a fucking nerd, then I guess you get nothing out of it. Yeah, this is fine. This is mostly harmless. Outside of the fact that's the opening match and it's the fucking Death Riders. There's more to come.
It should have been Bandito, and this felt like reheated nachos for anyone who watched World's End. The Mixed Nuts Mayhem was much better than this, but like I said, it was pretty solid for what it was. Mixed Nuts Mayhem, it overseeded my expectations. It's probably one of the most fun matches that I saw at the end of the year there. So yeah, this was fine. We got Davion saying the same thing. This was fine. He also says Daniel Garcia is the Killian Hayes of the Death Riders.
Wow.
That is quite the statement. Quite the statement if you know who Killian Hayes is. We got Big Man Does says this feels like that toddler thing Tony does where something pops the crowd, so he runs it back right away. Not a bad match by any means. But yeah, I don't know if you needed to run it back in this form, this fashion here. A couple of days after it worked so well at World's End.
Agreed.
And the Tony Orange dancing spot got like 8 million views on social media, so that's why he probably was like, "Oh, I got to run it back right now." Yeah,
Social media, that's fucking impressive. I'm sure that $870, however much he got from AdSense, is really going to help billionaire Tony. Good Lord, I never have to hear about social media things ever again, ever. I hate it so much.
Excalibur, at this point, he officially announces that Mercedes Moné versus Willow Nightingale will be the main event of the night, and that was the first time where I was like, "Oh shit, is it really happening tonight?" Because why would you put it in the main event? Like I was like, "It's happening tonight."
You knew something was happening. Good for them.
So we go to a video package hyping up the Ultimo Monet's 2025 with all the accolades that she's received, 13 belts, winning the Female Wrestler of the Year for Sports Illustrated, being number one in the PWI 250 for the Women's Wrestler of the Year. And we hear from Mercedes, who says that she has had a great 2025 and she plans to shut up all the naysayers when she wins tonight against Willow and retains her continues her reign as the greatest TBS champion of all time.
How many belts is she down to now?
After last night, 10. Well, no. She's down to, because she lost 2 at once when she lost the Rev Pro title. So I believe it's 9. It's either 9 or 8.
Okay. Well, Laurent Ford, he's obsessive, so he'd know. What was I going to say?
I'll take Laurent this. Laurent says 9.
Thank you, sir. You ever play a fucking video game where you can customize the character and put whatever fucking clothes you want on them, and then when it goes to a cutscene, it's wearing the stuff the character would just normally wear, and then you go back to gameplay, they're in the customized character. That's what a lot of this shit feels like. It feels like we just randomly stop the continuity for horseshit. Why is this based around Mercedes? If this fucking promo made no difference, she had 13 belts or 10. Am I right or am I wrong? It made no fucking difference. This is not a woman on the fucking decline. This is the same fucking person as always. Good Lord, I hate it so much. It's hard to explain.
But like, it's crazy because all the character work that she's been doing, like she did that great backstage segment at World's End, and then in the matchup, she showed the character work of this person who's becoming a little bit more unhinged because she's losing. She feels like the empire is falling down, but I feel like this promo though was more of her putting up the facade.
Why is AEW help facilitating this? Come on, man.
That is a good point. That is a good point.
Focus. So annoyed. Focus. please.
Hey, you know me. I enjoyed the hype for the main event. I'll take that. Then we get Bandito, our Ring of Honor World Champion, our Dynamite Diamond Ring winner, and the number one contender for the AEW World Championship, going up against the Beast, Mortos. We get the bell ringing, and we get lucha chants from the crowd. Bandito is strong, but I don't know if he is stronger than Mortos. Mortos goes behind. He shoves Bandito into the corner. Bandito with a back elbow. Then Bandito just decides to play freaking Matador as he pulls up his cape. I love Mortos going through an internal struggle. Like, he's like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then he charges at him. Bandito pulls the cape away a few times. This was hilarious to me because
Perfectly
of Mortos. It was so, yeah, he's such the best goofy babyface in wrestling today. He's doing Macarenas and shit. He's so goofy and he's still awesome. Martos falls for it 2 times, but then on the 3rd time, he hits a wicked headbutt to Bandito. He goes to the floor, and Bandito takes flight with the tornillo. He got so much height on this shit, looking like Superman with the cape on and everything. Back in the ring, we get reversals and counters traded between the two men. Mortos gets a roll up. We then he hits him with a big strike. Bandito comes back with one of his own, and then he does the finger guns at Mortos. Morto takes on the offense. He charges at Bandito, only to end up outside. Then he hits another big dive, a crossbody block to the outside. Does Bandito. Mortos has managed to turn the tables a bit, and he gets a pin for a 2 count when we return from break. Mortos rubs his boot in Bandito's face and rolls him up, but Bandito spins all around, a deja vu, and then a flying head scissors. We get a "This is awesome" chant after Bandito hits a big frog splash for a 2 count. Mortos catches Bandito and hits him with a back elbow and then a crucifix bomb. We get a Samoan drop by Mortos for a 2 count. Mortos picks up Bandito, and then he slips out the back door, though. Bandito tries to pick him up, but he can't, as Mortos hits an Argentinian backbreaker and then a discus clothesline that only gets a 2 count. He hits another discus clothesline. Mortos then heads up to the top rope. He goes for a big moonsault, but Bandito's able to move out the way, kick to the gut. Then he's able to lift big ass Mortos on his shoulders. He hits the X-plex, and then Mortos does the best sell I've seen to the 21 plex, where he sells, and then finally he gets on his feet right when Bandito is there. That was the best setup for the 21 plex. The 21 plex has a tendency of looking very telegraphed. Here it looked great, and he showed a lot of strength by picking up Mortos for the suplex part of it. For the 1-2-3, Bandito picking up a win, getting some momentum ahead of his matchup against MJF for the AEW World Championship in 2 weeks at Maximum Carnage. I thought this was a really, really fun matchup, and it was less than 10 minutes. Perfect type of TV match for me.
Absolutely. No notes. Under 10 minutes, nonstop, fast-paced, in and out. We know who's winning. Let's get to it. And it was a great performance all around, particularly from Bandito. I want you to notice, though, I'm not saying anything just yet. Mortals did push Bandito off him after 3. So, if there are any future problems from Mr. Moné, you know where they're coming from. He's starting to feel rather bold about himself.
They're going to change his name to the Beast Moné. The Beast Moné out here in these streets. Backstage, we go to Renee Paquette, and she is with Bandito along with his tag team partner Brody King. She wants to know if this win gives Bandito the momentum he needs heading into his matchup with MJF. Bandito speaks in Spanish, and then King translate. He says that everyone is gunning for him, and in 2 weeks he will have an even bigger target on his head, because he says that Bandito will walk out as 2 belts Bandito again. And King says that Bandito has promised him the first shot at the AEW World Championship when he is champion. So very interesting there. And he says that he's going to get ready for his own matchup, which is up next. What did you think about this promo here? And the fact that Brody King says he gets the first shot at Bandito if he wins.
What'd that tell me? Nobody gives a fuck about the Irish title.
You know he's had a title this whole time to get it.
All this time you haven't asked for ROH title shot? Really? Fair enough. Fair enough. This was fine.
Oh man, we got Chuck Berry's in the chat. Good to see you, Chuck Berry's. He says, "Stay strong, Mortos. Your kids, your girls gonna need your emotional support after this night." LOL. Yeah, Mortos can teach her how it feels to lose all the time.
Yeah, certainly. Hey, you're on TV. Take it as a win.
Danny asking good question. He says, I have a serious question. If Brodito is still a tag team, why did Bandito tag with Dorado on Saturday? And they pretty much said on commentary that Bandito and Dorado were now a tag team. They did not say that. They said, what if they are a tag team? What can they do in the tag team scene? And we called them out for that because we were like, what the fuck happened to Brodito? But Brody couldn't make the show. Apparently he had some personal issue to deal with. So that's why they made the change and had Dorado team with Bandito. It's just the commentary that fucked it up by saying that they were a tag team now and completely forgetting about Brodito.
Hilarious. Because already they had a pretty good reign. It wasn't that fucking long ago.
It wasn't. It literally ended like 2 months ago.
Jesus.
But that leads into Brody King in action as he's going up against your boy, the Big Shotty, Lee Johnson.
Big Shotty. You should have been a rapper, sir, or an R&B singer of some kind.
Big Shotty hits a big tope suicida on Brody King to start things off as he's making his entrance. He then mocks the barking, and then Brody just kills him. He hits him with a big lariat. Johnson is able to avoid some back elbows, and he kicks Brody in the face, but Brody just comes back with a big lariat. He barks the right way and then hits the cannonball in the corner. Then he picks up Lee Johnson and he drops him right on his head with the Gonzo bomb. Such a great finish that Brody King has. And that's the 1-2-3. Brody King picks up the win. It's been a while since we had a nice little squash on Dynamite. I don't mind this, especially if Brody is going to be positioned in some type of singles action, because maybe you could do maybe MJF versus Brody coming out of the title match. I don't know, but seems like they were setting this up. The squash was to set him up for a bigger singles match.
Yeah, I got that vibe. I went for Big Man Dogs, though. That fucking pants, those are terrible. Those are pants. I don't think I ever said to a man, but lose those pants. Those are fucking heinous. Good Lord. So unimpressive looking.
You prefer the regular trunks?
Yes, we'll say the regular gear, yes. We won't say I want to see Brody's underwear. The regular gear is what we mean.
Proper distinction there. I do agree with this, though. Brody would be a great heel. If they ever want to turn him on Bandito, that would be a great rivalry with those two guys. Those guys are awesome together. I know they can make magic against each other.
I would love it if it got some type of real play on Dynamite instead of probably being buried on Collision somewhere, if it happens.
Probably. Next, we hear from Darby Allin. Darby Allin speaks to us by the fire. He says that he went to war with Gabe Kidd and he is numb to the pain, but he is aware of it. He's aware of how people feel about the way he lives. He wishes it could give him peace. He stood on the top of the world in 2025, and in 2026, he plans on standing at the top of AEW. But he says first he needs to finish this with the Death Riders.
What the fuck?
Because he has beaten every single member of the Death Riders except for one. The only man he hasn't beaten is Pac, who beat him at Full Gear. He says he doesn't know where, he doesn't know how, but he will defeat him so he can set himself free.
What a phenomenal promo up to that point. I thought it was outright beautiful. I'm saying, I wish I could let you all know the peace that it gives me. It made me stop for a second. I was like, oh shit. I didn't consider that.
And then him saying in 2026, I'm going to stand on top of the AEW. I thought he was going to throw his name into the hat for the AEW World Championship. And I was like, you doubling down on the point of the whole opening segment. I was like, this would have been great. And then him saying back to me, I knew that was going to upset people, but it does make sense that he does want to get his win back with Pac. It's just we've been around the park several different times on Darby Allin versus the Death Riders.
This shit is jarring. And it's not like it's Moxley. It's fucking Pac. Can we stop? I think you can let it go, sir. Set me free. Set yourself free, you fucking bum. Leave that shit alone. Good Lord. Ugh.
Oh no, please don't do this. We already have Swerve and Hangman.
Oh shit!
See Chuck Berry saying at some point in 2026, you figure that Darby Allin will team up with Mox to go after the Death Riders after they turn on him, right?
Yes.
I know they're going to do this,
but
I don't want to see it.
Yes. Good Lord. I've never seen this obsession with holding on to this fucking thing. Death Riders are the bane of AEW's existence. I don't know what's going on.
They won't even do the interesting thing of having the Death Riders turn on Moxley. They just refuse. They're just prolonging that more and more.
Why? I bet it's a fucking favor for Moxley. Who gets what he wants? He's treated like he's fucking Roman or something. The Shield is the most successful group maybe fucking ever, and I hate 2/3 of them.
You only like Roman, and you barely like Roman.
Barely like Roman, probably because he's never around. Good Lord. Good for them, I guess.
Speaking of which, up next, AEW Continental Championship Eliminator matchup.
Good Lord.
Don Callis family's Josh Alexander going one-on-one with Jon Moxley. The eliminators for the Continental Championship are basically the Continental Classic rules. If the challenger survives the 20-minute time limit, they will still earn a future title opportunity. So it's the same as pinning the champion or submitting them. I would have liked if that played in more to this matchup, but it kind of did. Alexander blindsides Moxley before the bell. The bell rings officially, and Alexander is hitting some body blows to Moxley. He helps him take his vest off. What a nice guy. Josh then counters that effort by trying to rip off Moxley's nose. Alexander with some forearm shots. Then they trade some chops for a bit, and Moxley wins out. He lands some punches to the body of Alexander, and then Moxley flips off Josh. So Alexander picks at his ankle, going after the injured body part of Moxley. Then Alexander turns his attention to the leg. He kicks and stomps at it. Josh takes Moxley to the corner and stretches out his leg in the ropes. John makes his way out of the corner and batters Alexander. Irish whip by Moxley, and he follows in with the mounting of the punches on Josh. Then a big forearm by Moxley puts Alexander on the mat. He fights back with some chops, but Moxley comes back with some chops of his own. Josh then puts him in the tree of woe, stretching out the weakened leg even more. He hits a running crossbody, and then Josh goes up top. He hammers away on the leg for a bit as Moxley frees himself from the tree of woe finally. Alexander continues the abuse of Moxley's leg as we come back from commercial break. He gets a knee bar, but Moxley's able to slide through his legs, and he locks on the bulldog choke. Alexander slips free and applies the ankle lock. Moxley feigns like he's tapping out, but he finally gets to the bottom rope. It should be noted that just like at World's End, the crowd was solidly behind Moxley here. We trade drops again as the fight goes to the apron. Paul Turner tells both men to get back into the ring until Alexander cuts down the vertical base of Moxley and then hits a World's Strongest Slam hard onto the apron. Both men are down, and then Moxley sits right up. Paradigm shift is countered by Alexander as they go to the floor, but Moxley hits an elbow suicida to gain the advantage again. They roll back into the ring as Alexander goes up top again. This time he goes for a more conventional King Kong knee drop right on the knee. Then Alexander works over the leg some more, but Jon Moxley is able to grab on the bulldog choke. Alexander tries to fight free. At this point, I noticed that Alexander is busted open at the top over his like right eye. Moxley starts landing in some hammer and anvil elbows, similar to the same way that he beat Kyle Fletcher at World's End. He then locks on the rear naked choke, and Alexander passes out as Moxley picks up the win. This one went 15 and a half minutes. I don't know if it needed to go that long. It kind of long in the tooth, probably like 3 minutes longer than it needs to be. But I thought this was a good matchup. Moxley showing that babyface effort, overcoming the injury to his leg to once again pull off a victory here. And post-match, we get MVP and Shelton Benjamin coming out on the stage, indicating that Shelton Benjamin is aiming towards the AEW Continental Championship, and it would be announced later in the show that Moxley will have another eliminator matchup on next week's first episode of Dynamite of 2026 when he goes one-on-one with the Hurt Syndicate's Shelton Benjamin. What did you think about Moxley versus Alexander and Shelton Benjamin stepping up to face Moxley next week?
Match was good. It was too long. Too long for a Josh Alexander match against John Moxley. Did anybody buy that he was going to last 20 minutes, let alone win this fucking match? Stop it. But mostly good action. No, I'd say very good action. I actually enjoyed this match quite a bit. The only part of John Moxley I don't enjoy are the stuff in between the moves. That fucking walk he fucking heinously does. The one that MJF mocked. That! Oh! This fucking Superman thing he does now. It's just too much. I need a fucking break. I assume put the bet on Moxley because number one, we're idiots, and number two, perhaps more importantly, MJF is not going to be around like that. He'll probably be here every other week, and we need to have I won't say a star. We'll say a star, not necessarily a draw. He's not, but a star of some kind, having fucking matches every fucking week because Moxley loves wrestling, and we must acquiesce to his every fucking whim. I don't understand at all. How cool has it been if he had actually had a downfall and this was the comeback?
It was a downfall. He did have a downfall. He tapped out. He lost to Hangman. Mm-hmm. He lost to Hangman twice. He lost to Darby at Wrestle Dream. He lost in the Blood and Guts matchup, and he lost to Kyle O'Reilly at Full Gear.
So how many months is that? 2?
No, that's everything from July to November. 4 months.
That's not a downfall. 4 months not a downfall. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not.
They somehow were able to make a redemption arc of Hangman Adam Page segue into a redemption arc for Moxley because Moxley became a babyface before our eyes at World's End.
And nobody's gonna remember it. That's what's most disappointing about fucking taking the belt off Hangman. This felt like an all-time moment to me. Hangman win the belt. It did. And then it's just like, it's another moment. It happens. Now we're done. And nothing's really changed. Moxie's still all over this fucking program. Frustrated.
I wish that commentary did a better job during this match. I will say, Tony Schiavone was fucking awful last night. It was so bad on commentary.
Why is he here? Bad. Somebody explain it to me.
I will say, though, he was so bad that Excalibur came off so good because the commentary didn't completely fall apart without Brian there. But Brian's absence was definitely noticeable on this show here. But I think they did a bad job of really kind of continuing the stories that started in the Continental Classic. Like, the one thing that I love about the G1 is that every win or loss matters in the G1. And if a champion is in the G1 and he lost to somebody in that tournament, then that person is probably in line for a future title opportunity. They brought up on commentary that Moxley beat Kyle Fletcher and Kazuchika Okada, now he's facing a third member of the Don Callis family. You should mention the fact that there was a member of the Don Callis family that did beat him in the tournament, Konosuke Takeshita, and say that Takeshita might be in line for the title, but he's in Japan right now. And that would have explained the fact that there was no follow-up to the Don Callis family on this show. Like, I understand Takeshita and Okada are in Japan for Wrestle Kingdom, but they did some really good promos on social media of Okada being depressed after losing the title after a 647-day reign as Continental Champion. They had a great promo, a short promo with Takeshita, who was upset that he got screwed screwed over literally with a screwdriver by Okada in the semifinals, and he said this is not over. And then Kyle Fletcher was the best one, where he cut a promo and he was like, where the fuck was the screwdriver? He didn't know, because they set that up beautifully. They set it up where Renee, Renee does the little like, oh, what this person said to her backstage when they're coming out. And when Kyle Fletcher was coming out at World's End, she said Kyle's been so focused on this matchup with Moxley, he didn't even watch the last semifinal match, even though it had 2 Don Callis family members in. So Okada in his match took the screwdriver out of the turnbuckle and used it against Takeshita. So he not only screwed over Takeshita, he screwed over Fletcher, because the screwdriver was for him. So he looks for it during the end of the matchup and he's like, where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? He didn't know, because he didn't watch the matchup, that Okada threw it away. So that played out very well. And Kyle Fletcher cut a promo. He was like, we're going to have some serious conversations in the Don Callis family, because I need to know where the fuck that screwdriver was.
That's hilarious. Kayfabe was just following Don Callis, would it not? Wouldn't you tell Fletcher there's no screwdriver there?
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend like I followed this up. I'm not sure why we're even having this conversation. I was really excited for a second. That'd be kind of cool, because then they go back and forth. Maybe Cal. No, stop it. None of this is happening.
Oh man, we got some shade towards some Josh Alexander shade, which I know you'll enjoy. He says Josh be taking more L's than the New Orleans Pelicans. We got Louis. He says Josh Alexander and TNA, great. AEW, fine.
Right? Just a guy. Just a guy. Which is fine, because he's just a guy. Trust me. Heard that silence when he came out? Just a guy.
I honestly, this is what I wanted coming out of World's End. We have Ace who says, please don't give us the Death Riders versus Don Callis family feud. I actually wanted that. At least that would have been a direction of putting the Death Riders in the same alignment against somebody, because we get a promo later where we're like, we got a babyface promo, a heel promo, and then a little bit of both in one promo from the Death Riders.
Yes. It's going to be even worse. This is a mess. Mox is clearly a babyface at this point. I'm not entirely sure why we're fighting. He's fighting Josh Alexander. What are we doing?
We got Power Driver Finisher. He says, I was gonna say he kept saying things and making points ahead of time, or saying things that weren't necessarily bad, just the timing of when he brought up certain points. It's like, what are you even saying, dude? When fucking Orange Cassidy and Timeless Tony Storm are doing their dance, instead of referencing the fact that this is the second time they're doing it since World's End, he's like, this is a great Dynamite moment. Shut the fuck up.
It's so annoying. It's shocking to me. It's like, dude, holy shit, do you have an original thought in that fucking head? He commentates like this is all fake, which is a bad idea. It's awful.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh, but here we are. Here we are. Backstage, we go to the Triangle of Madness. They are backstage, and with the Sisters of Sin, Tekla said that she watched the Sisters of Sin do what they do best. And the Sisters of Sin says, Sisters of Sin, we're in it to win. I do like the fact that they cut their promos like they're fucking possessed. That shit was awesome. That shit was awesome the way they did that. She also watched Chris Statlander beat up her supposed friend, Jamie Hayter. Sky and Julia warn Chris that her road is paved with her supposed friends. Tekla knows that this cosmic version of Statlander is a facade, and she wants Chris to let the Triangle of Madness take over at the top and make it toxic.
Oh my god.
Julia and Sky killed that promo. I'm sorry. They were the better promo, even though Tekla got all the lines. Them saying the Sisters of Sin, we're in it to win. Just the deadpan way he said it. I was like, you're fucking best. This is awesome.
Until old people write this fucking show, because Tekla and the Sisters of Sin are not the same kind of weird, or the same kind of rebellious, or the same kind of creepy. This would be like if Lita led the Ministry of Darkness. It's like, it's not the same thing. This is not quite what we're going for here. Good Lord. I laughed.
I did too. I enjoyed it. That is a pop for
Stretches
me.
of sand. We're in it to win.
In it to win.
Why are you creepy so fine on this bitch?
I was like, why is Hecla hanging out with two Wednesday Addams?
What is this? Good Lord.
Oh man, that popped me. I'm sorry. We go to our first of two title matches on the show for the AEW National Championship. Ricochet is here with the GOA, and they're facing, of course, Jimmy Macram's favorite wrestler. His favorite wrestler, Jack Perry, Jungle Jack Perry.
Tell me that looked like somebody fucking invaded the ring. Some fan jumped in. Just some fucking guy standing in the fucking ring. Good Lord.
The bell rings and the fans start chanting "bald" at Ricochet. Rick Knox feels offended as well because he's in the ring. Jack Perry tells them that they aren't chanting it at him. Perry with some wrist control early on as Ricochet makes it to the ropes for a break. They lock up and then Ricochet gets a side headlock and then into some arm control. Both men trade go-behinds as Ricochet sends Perry out of the ring. Toa Leona approaches Perry, but Luchasaurus, with his shoulder taped up from the attack by the GOA at World's End, he stops their advances. Back in the ring, we get a hip toss and then a drop kick by Perry, gets him a 2 count. Perry goes to throw Ricky down by his hair, and it just slips off. And then Ricochet just poses because he has no hair. So Perry grabs his beard and then throws him down to the mat. He rolls to the floor and Perry hits a tope suicida on the floor. Perry returns Ricky into the ring and GOA approach Jack Perry again. Luchasaurus grabs Toa Leona by the throat, but Bishop Khan attacks him from behind and they beat him down. That takes us to a commercial break. During the commercial break, Luchasaurus and Toa Leona, they fight to the back. That leaves Perry alone with Bishop Khan at ringside. Ricky tries to send off Perry, but Perry with a comebacker lariat turns him inside out, but he gets a near fall. Perry with a pyro scream, but Ricochet rolls out of bounds to the apron. Then it finally looks like Perry's about to hit his running knee strike, but Bishop Khan grabs his foot from behind. Perry then turns around and walks right into the spirit gun by Ricochet for the 1-2-3. Ricochet retains the AEW National Championship. This was a decent enough matchup. I thought Perry gave a good effort against Ricochet here as he retained. Bishop Khan comes into the ring and raises his hand while Toa Leona returns with the still injured Luchasaurus on his shoulder laid out. He lays him on the ramp. Jack Perry sees this and looks like he's going to help, but Ricochet hits him from behind with a spirit gun to the back of the head. They then GOA lays Luchasaurus out. They put a piece of the barricade on his injured shoulder and they slam it repeatedly on the bad arm. Perry goes to help, but he is out of it after the spirit gun. Khan joins in and then uses a steel chair to just smack repeatedly against the barricade on Luchasaurus's bad arm. Security comes down and the GOA beat them up as well. We did not need another segment of people beating up security. I'm just saying that's overusing it if you're doing it more than once. Leona then uses one of the barricades to suplex onto he suplexes the security guard onto the barricade that's on Luchasaurus's bad arm. So they completely write off Luchasaurus here. It was revealed on Fightful Select following Dynamite that Luchasaurus has a serious shoulder injury, and it's a very much a time of serious shoulder injuries because Michin has one. Of course, Seth Rollins has one. Sheamus just got surgery on his shoulder as well. I think JD McDonough got surgery on his shoulder as well. So shoulder injuries are not just exclusive to WWE. It happens in AEW as well. So hoping a speedy recovery for Luchasaurus. Kind of feels like they have stunted the run for the Jurassic Express, but Jack Perry did well in the latter half of the Continental Classic, so we're going to see some more singles action for him for now. But what did you think about Ricochet and Jungle Jack Perry here?
Worst match of the night. Now, the side, the matches were mostly good in the show, so it's not the worst thing in the world to have the worst match of the night, but it, in fact, was. I didn't need any of this. the post match. I got to be honest. I agree with you about the security guards, but in a vacuum, I really enjoyed the beatdown. Like it looked fun. It looked fun to me. I said it's most serious I've ever taken. The Demand, one of the worst names in wrestling. What would be the worst? Paragon's still the worst, but yeah. Demand is
what was oh man, I almost forgot. What was the Sonya Deville stable?
Pure Fusion Collective, sir. How dare you forget? Dare you forget the worst name in the history of professional wrestling? Pure Fusion Collective. What the fuck? Good Lord. Ugh. Everybody should get released. All three of them, plus whoever came up with that fucking name.
So bad. So bad. So bad. I care about Ricochet. I don't know if I care about the Demand, but I do agree with Jimmy. The beatdown goes a long way to kind of establishing that they can take someone out. That's a good thing to do as a stable. Take someone out of action.
Yeah, I don't know what it leads to, but it's fun to watch, at least for a little bit.
And LeRon asking a good question. He says, I thought the whole purpose of the national title was for that belt to be defended in other promotions. Why they defended on Dynamite? He still hasn't defended in another promotion outside of Ring of Honor.
This motherfucker has one thought and just does it. We should have another belt. Just sure. Makes another belt. Fucking idiot.
And then when somebody asks them, what's the reason for it? They're going to depend it on independence, but not yet.
Wait, what? This shit is never happening.
We go backstage to the aforementioned Jon Moxley and the Death Riders promo. So Jon Moxley cuts the promo and he says, so Shelton Benjamin and the people who hurt people basically are coming after his Continental Championship. He says, you don't have to come out and look at me a certain kind of way. He says, this year, next year, they're going to always be on top. Then we hear from Willie Yuta, who says that he heard Darby Allin's revisionist history earlier tonight. And he says that you will have to go through him first before you get to Pac. Then Daniel Garcia finishes up the promo and he says that it doesn't matter if you are Darby Allin or the Hurt Syndicate, you will be taken out by the Death Riders. So I guess the Death Riders are tweeners now because Moxley cut a very much babyface promo on the Hurt Syndicate and Shelton Benjamin. Willie Yuta is cutting a very much heel promo on Darby Allin. And then Garcia is wrapping it up where he's the tweener and he's saying that doesn't matter if you're the babyface, you're the heel, the Death Riders are going to be on top. So I guess they're tweeners now.
I feel like this is fucking deja vu. Didn't we see the BCC as fucking tweeners before? What is going on?
Yes,
what kind of a fucking cycle is this? It's madness. It is pure fucking madness. Whatever. I'm not even mad about it. I'm gonna move on.
They got to pull the trigger on the turn. They got to pull the trigger on that. We can't do another pay-per-view cycle without the trigger being pulled on this.
But here's the thing: the whole point of the turn was Moxley is ineffective as a leader, but now he's effective again. And as a babyface, he can't not be effective. What is going on?
Then you know what you do? You do what I said earlier. You pay off the stories you told in the tournament. The one of two people got to win over Moxley, so they should be in line for a shot at the Continental title. You do Claudio versus Moxley at Revolution. So that will put some type of divide within the Death Riders and cause some type of rift depending on who wins that. Moxley can win, but they could be like they wanted Claudio to win and everybody turns on him regardless.
Why?
I don't know why. Yes, it was a better reason when he was ineffective. It was a better reason.
I'm so bothered by this. How did I have to catch to win this fucking match? I mean, you don't want to beat Okada. That's fair enough. I do like the screwdriver stuff. That's fair. Have Okada win the fucking match. What is this? What is going on?
Yeah.
Good Lord. Whatever. That's when it was over when I read that on Saturday. Well, never making it out of here. Never making it out of the spot.
We're never making it out of the Death Riders.
What the fuck? Good Lord.
We go backstage to Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron getting ready for tonight's main event. Harley pumps up Willow and says that she's been waiting for this for a long time and she needs to fight. Like tonight is the last fight she will ever have in her life. Willow says that it has been 584 days since she lost her TBS championship to Mercedes Moné, but she will end that tonight and win back her title while Cameron hoots and whoops in the background for her, getting her hyped up. They're just so likable together. They're like the two most likable characters in their tag team.
It works for me. It works for me a lot. I would like the story to go along with this title match you got, but this is fine. Willow's just perfect.
We get another backstage promo. This time, our AEW World Champion, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF, is here. Renee axes him, says that he has a target on his back, and everyone's coming after the title, whether it be Hangman Adam Page, Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, and Kenny Omega. He says that he isn't afraid of any of them, of course, because he has beaten all of them before. He will make his last title reign seem short and sweet in comparison to this one. Renee goes to speak again, but in come Brodito. Brody King says that the man you should be worried about isn't any of the guys who came out earlier tonight. It's the man who holds the current Dynamite Diamond Ring and is coming for Bandito's second title in 2 weeks. They do their handshake and give him the double finger guns, and he says, "Big deal. I got 6 of those things." And then he leaves.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. This was fine. I wish they would have put Bandito in the opening segment, so we didn't need this tacked on segment. It's kind of like they were told later on in the show, like, we should have probably had Bandito in the opening segment. Maybe we should do something to hype up that title match. And then they added this.
Yeah, you know what? Skip the fucking goofy ass security guards beat down in the beginning. You have MJF leave the ring. You have Bandito come out, do a goofy stare down. That stupid finger point thing he does, which I love. It's stupid, but I love it. And then you have them fucking have his match.
Yeah, I agree. That would have been much better. I think Jeremy said that earlier, that he thought that they were going to have MJF walk to the back and Bandito come out for the opener.
Would have been perfect. Instead, beating up security guards because they're baby faces. So,
just like last week when they assaulted MJF 2-on-1 and held him hostage with a chain around his neck as he cut a promo, as Swerve cut a promo calling him more Diddy than him.
Great comeback, dummy. Good Lord. Stinks.
That segment sucked. Oh my god. I was upset that Christmas fell on a Thursday and I couldn't talk about how much I hated that segment. I liked everything else on last week's Dynamite except for that segment. That segment I hated.
Goddamn shame.
But we saved the best for last, and so did AEW. For the AEW TBS Championship, Mercedes Moné in the main event, defending against the woman she defeated for the title 584 days ago, Willow Nightingale. Moné with a sneak attack early on after the intros where she drop kicks Willow's leg out. Then she goes to the outside, drop kicks her off of the apron, and then throws her into the barricade. The barricade just goes off the video wall on the barricade, then throws her mad hard into the other part of the barricade and knocks out that video wall. She goes for the running knee attack in against Willow against the barricade, but Willow moves out the way, and then Willow plasters Mercedes with the pounce into the barricade. I was like, damn, they started off hot. I like it. She comes into the ring. She gets a 2 count. We get a series of roll-ups by Moné. Then a huge lariat by Willow gives her a 2 count. Willow misses another lariat and Moné escapes the grasp of Willow. She slams her face into the corner. Then we get Moné flipping off the fans, getting a whole bunch of heat. The crowd was into this more than anything on the show outside of the opening segment. I think the opening segment is the only other thing they were as loud for than this matchup. They were invested.
Willow blocks a knee strike by Moné and then hits her with a missile dropkick off the middle rope. She then hits her, barks, and does the cannonball in the corner for another 2 count. Moné escapes the ring and gets to the floor, but she isn't safe as Willow launches her. She launches off of the apron and hits this ridiculous senton where she landed right on Mercedes' fucking head. I was like, God damn, these women are just going full throttle here. Moné dropkicks Willow and then forces her to bounce her face off of the ring steps. That was a cool counter by Mercedes. And then she hits the running Meteora against the steel steps to gain the advantage again. She goes for another Meteora in the corner when we come back from break, and Willow catches her and hits this big old, basically like powerbomb DVD combination. Then she takes over with lariats and a big corner charge. Moné with a kick to the gut, trying to slow down Willow before Willow takes her out once again with another pounce. She then hits a Death Valley driver and gets a near fall. Willow picks up Mercedes and busses out. But Mercedes able to slip out and kicks at the legs of Willow. She then hits a backstabber, but Willow comes back and hits the Babe with the power bomb. But Mercedes gets her foot on the rope. Willow goes to the top rope and busses out a moonsault, the no laughing matter, but Mercedes moves out the way. Mercedes goes for a frog splash, but Willow gets her knees up. Both ladies end up on the apron, and my God, Jimmy, that bump that Mercedes took on this DVD on the apron, my back was hurting off of that shit. I was like, God damn. And Mercedes sold it like death. She was just out on the floor. Willow returns her to the ring. She goes for the cannonball, but Mercedes moves. Mercedes launches into the 3 amigos on the floor. She hits 2, but the third one is blocked. Willow then rams her into the apron, going after the back once again. She then clears off the announce table. Moné pleads with Willow, but Willow goes for the doctor bomb, but Mercedes able to reverse things, knees to the gut, and then she hits the third amigo right on the table, with Willow taking a nasty bump there and Mercedes holding her head yet again. Aubrey gives her the count. Mercedes gets back in the count of 7 and thinks she's got the win, but Willow gets back in the ring at the count of 9. Then we just get a great final few minutes where each woman's just going for covers and finishers. We get a statement maker, but Willow's able to get her to her feet. And then we get a Tejeras from Moné is blocked. We get a money maker block. A Babe with the power bomb is blocked. Both women struggle for a backslide and inside cradle. Mercedes sweeps the leg and gets the bridging pin that Willow beat her with in the tag team match at World's End, but she only gets a 2 count. Mercedes gets a roll-up attempt, then a jackknife pin attempt, and only gets a 2. Willow kicks out of the jackknife pin, holds on to her waist, and goes right into a second Babe with the powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. This match just went just over 15 minutes, and my God, was this one of the best women's matches on TV this year. This was my favorite Dynamite main event of the year. Just both ladies just had amazing. I think the only one that's up par with this is Hangman versus Kyle Fletcher in the Owen Hart Cup. That's the only other one. And then maybe the Ops versus Death Riders when the Ops beat them for the trios titles. Those are the only 2 off the top of my head that is up there from 2025. This was one of the best Dynamite main events of 2025 for me. And Willow gets the win, becomes the first ever 2-time TBS champion. She also makes history, becoming the first woman in AEW history to hold 2 AEW titles at the same time. So streamers come out. We get the big celebration for Willow. They treat it like it's a big deal. Harley Cameron comes out to celebrate with her tag team partner. We get the conglomeration coming down to celebrate with Willow, as well as conglomeration adjacent Jet Speed. And then we get Chris Statlander, the AEW Women's World Champion. She gets into the ring. We get the slow cap. We get a tense stare down between the 2 women. And then they just come together. They hug. Big pop from the crowd. We get the zoom out. Got to give the people what they want. Then all 3 ladies, the 3 ladies that hold every single title for the women's division in AEW, Harley Cameron, Chris Statlander, and Willow Nightingale, celebrate in the middle of the ring. Everyone is happy except for Mercedes Moné, who just sat at the apron looking so depressed as we end AEW Dynamite New Year Smash with a new TBS champion. one of the best endings to Dynamite of 2025 for me. And like I said, one of my favorite main events. I thought this matchup was fantastic. Both ladies worked really well, and this lived up to their matchup, their previous match at Double or Nothing last year, which I also thought was great. What did you think?
Sometimes I think I'm too hard on wrestling, and I'm come across like an old curmudgeon when I don't mean to. Things evolve, things change. Things shouldn't be so rigid. I sound like Bret Hart sometimes. Fair enough. Then a match like this comes along, and I realize, no, I'm right, and I've always been right. And here it is again. This was perfect. This is what wrestling should be like. It should be last 5 minutes. It's such a fucking struggle. Doesn't look choreographed. Looks like two people trying to murder each other, trying to win the fucking match, as it should. This was splendid. I thought the post match was fucking splendid. I didn't know I needed the Statlander resolution, but apparently I did. I was like, it's goddamn beautiful, as it should be. Perfect all around. Whatever grade I was going to give this, I'm going to give it 0.5 higher just for this match and the post match. That was fantastic.
Yeah, like it made so much sense to do the Statlander resolution because it all started when she lost the TBS title to Mercedes. She turned on her right after that. So that was great. That was a great choice that I didn't see coming. Like I saw the title change coming once they announced this as the main event. I was like, once they announced it at World's End, I was thinking maybe this is it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a time limit draw. But then when they announced it as the main event, I was like, okay, we're getting the title change. But I did not know I needed that Statlander resolution, like you said. And that made the post match even better. It was like the perfect cherry on top.
Yes, I'm shocked. This was perfect. I love every part of this.
We got Mr. Towns who's going even further than me. He says this was the best AEW women's match on Dynamite.
Oh, it's either this or Mercedes and Athena for me.
Off the top of my head, yeah. Or Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, ever. If you're talking about ever.
Ever. Yeah, that'd be the other one.
Jamie Hayter and Hikaru Shida from her title reign. I remember that one. That was splendid.
Oh, I miss Jamie Hayter. I know who this red hair lady is, but I miss Jamie Hayter.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, this definitely made a conversation. This was fucking great.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. We got Power Jerry finished this as grandiose match. Willow deserved to beat Mercedes for the TBS title, whatever that was worth. I mean, it felt like it meant something. It meant something to her. It meant something in the moment. And that crowd was so invested in this matchup. Like, we had dual chants at one point. Then when Mercedes heels up on the crowd, it's just 100% for Willow. They wanted this title change badly.
Yes. I hope we now understand, how many years late, what we have of Willow here. This is a fucking generational babyface. This feels like this should be the guy, the woman, so to speak.
Yeah. We got here also got LeRon with a big praise. He says, I thought this match was better than the Double or Nothing match. I mean, I don't know if I can argue with that. Like, I thought that this match was one of the best, like I said, one of the best Dynamite matches of the year. Probably my favorite main event on Dynamite this whole year in 2025 last year.
If we're gonna say like all encompassing match and post match, I'll take this. I'll take this one over. It's down on the heel turn. What are we doing?
Dion says, I was sure that the TBS title would be the last to go as Mercedes becomes more unhinged. But I love the character work for Mercedes in this matchup. Like when she throws fucking Willow into the steel steps and she just has this crazy look on her face. She's like, I was like, what the hell is wrong with this woman? This woman is losing her mind.
Yeah, I agree. I thought she had some great character beats here. Then she started dancing, and I forgot all about it.
Chuck Berry says, definitely one of the best women's matches on TV to close out 2025. We then got a super chat donation from our main man, Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. So everybody must.
Listen up, you prick.
Chuck Berry says, okay, I'm here to declare my affection for my new favorite, Willow Nightingale. Hugh Dan Kroll, there goes my hero. Watch her as she goes. I love that girl. Man.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is Jimmy is the president of Willow Nightingale.
So happy. So fucking happy. Good job. How many years late?
I'm okay with Ron.
You're underwater right now.
Oh, shoot.
There you
How
go.
about now? Good?
You good? Yeah.
Okay. LaRon says they couldn't find something else for Statlander to do on Dynamite before the main event. No, I think it made more sense to just wait to do that at the end. She was a part of something more important.
Yeah, I agree. Usually I would say, yeah, the world champion should be doing something of importance, but it may be better the first time we see her is for this.
Pello saying, I love the fact that Willow was the first one to decisively beat her, not just use a roll up. That is true. That is true. Everybody else that's beaten her, Alex Windsor, Red Velvet, even Willow in the tag team matchup at World's End, it's all been roll ups. This is the first one since Tony Storm at All In to beat her, and Chris Statlander as well. This is the first time on TV though we're seeing her decisively be beaten.
Yes, I forgot who said it. He just said it. Sorry about should have been her last loss. I kind of agree. I would have had to be the first one or the last one. It's I'm kind of hoping this is the last one. I hope she just vacates all the rest of the belts. She says, "Fuck it, fuck it. I lost the big one. Life doesn't matter." Here's hoping.
You're gonna slowly see the empire coming down before she rebuilds herself and becomes AEW Women's World Champion.
I mean, yeah, we know that's the end game. My question would be, what the belts does she have right now? She has the Owen belt.
She has the Owen belt. She has the CMLL Women's World Championship, and she has several different independent titles.
Okay, I guess you can't just vacate the CMLL title, though I would consider it. I ain't gonna hold. What do they gotta do? Leave. Sure.
We do need the rematch with her and Persephone because they killed it in Arena Mexico. That was the all woman show that sold out Arena Mexico last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so Persephone needs to, after that matchup, that was probably the best performance I've seen from Persephone. We need Persephone to be the one to beat her for that title. So yeah, I will take another Arena Mexico main event between Mercedes and Persephone. Adrian says, I wish this would end the ridiculous Mercedes Hogan talk, but unfortunately, I know it won't.
It's so weird. It's not like she's winning all these belts. She's winning belts. Who gives a fuck? The Rev Pro Championship. Oh, the poor people at Rev Pro. What the fuck?
The poor people at Rev Pro that sold out shows because Mercedes Moné is on it. Oh, poor them.
Seriously, what is going on? I mean, that's probably complaints from people who don't even watch, but still, ill.
Yeah. It's people that don't watch. It's people that just want to complain about Mercedes because they probably can't commentate or lost their job because of her. Anyway, we got a super chat donation here from LaRon Ford. Thank you so much, LaRon, for the support. LaRon says, happy for Willow. I am cautiously optimistic that they will book her like the star she is this time around. The fact that she has 2 titles is a good thing, and it is something big for her to do. I think that she probably, her and Harley need to drop these tag team titles so they can focus on her being TBS champion though.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought the story should have been heading into this match. Not the story, but we'll say background noise is that if Willow wins this fucking belt, she's now splitting her time between 2 divisions, which could negatively affect the tag team. But we'll see.
Because remember, it was supposed to, Harley was originally asked, she asked Mercedes, but then she asked Chris Statlander to be her partner for the tournament. And Statlander said, I'm focused on the AEW Women's World champion. And she was the one that suggested that there's somebody else that she can team with. And we all assumed she was talking about Willow, and that came to fruition. But now Willow has another responsibility as TBS champion. So how is that going to work?
Yeah, I would like for it to cost her as soon as possible. I guess Revolution. Maybe Willow defends twice. TBS title first, then they lose the tag titles.
I didn't think about that, but that would be I would like that. I would like that. And Willow's the type that could do 2 matches in one night. I was thinking that they can lose the titles to the Timeless Love Bombs in Australia.
Why you
They
keep
do
trying
all
to make
strut.
this time this love bombs thing happen? Why we keep trying to give this Make-A-Wish kid a fucking title? I'm not doing this with y'all. We're not gonna pretend like Mina is a top 2 promotion champion. Can we stop, please? Please and thank you. No disrespect, but come on.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Mina should be getting pinned by fucking JC Jane or fucking Jada Parker or fucking somebody. She should be losing her ROH Women's World Title. What are we doing? Can we stop? She's gorgeous. I understand that, but that's where it ends. That's where it ends.
You're ridiculous. I swear to God, you're ridiculous. No disrespect after you just disrespect the person.
I'm just trying to be honest, people. She should be losing to what's homegirl's name? Who's beating up her boyfriend? Fucking in real life, she's beating up her boyfriend on TNA.
Masha Slamovich.
She should be losing to Masha Slamovich in some for free promotion somewhere. Can we stop, please? No disrespect. Come on, man.
Why are you this way? I don't get it.
Stop it.
I don't understand why you are this way, but here we are. Oh my God. We've made it to the end of another edition, another review of AEW Dynamite here on AEWramble. Appreciate y'all if you're joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. Drop the thumbs up on the video. That helps us out so much. And it's free, guys. It's free. So everybody watching, please drop the thumbs up. It helps us out so much. You can share this video with your friends. Subscribe if you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, and join us back here every Thursday for AEWramble, the best and longest running AEW Dynamite review in the land. But most of all, if you're watching us on demand, if you're with us live, you can sound off in the comments down below or in the live chat with your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night. Whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give last night's show? For me and Jimmy Macram for the December 31st, 2025 New Year Smash edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Out of 10, I'm going to give this one a 8.5 out of 10.
I wasn't giving it a 7.5, but I said I was gonna give a bump for the Statlander hug, so that is an 8.
Yeah, I gave it a bump. I gave it a bump of 1 point for the Statlander hug and the main event. I got a bump of 1 point. I was at like a 7.5 before the main event, and then I was like, God damn, that main event rocked. That ruled. What was your moment of the night?
Damn, nothing happened on the show. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna give it to. I don't even know the fucking which is which, but the Gates of Agony, the beatdown, fucking powerbombing this cocksucker on top of the security rail is fucking fantastic.
I'm gonna spread the wealth, and I'm gonna give it to Kenny Omega being the first one to interrupt MJF in his opening promo. That got me excited for what should be a great AEW World Title match on pay-per-view. MVP for the show, Willow Nightingale for me.
Goddamn right. Ain't no other answer.
LVP for the show, who you going with?
I'm gonna go with Jack Perry. He had the worst match of the night. He's the least impressive looking human being on the show. And hopefully, his tag team partner is gonna be out for a while. Hopefully he fades into the recesses of our fucking brain. Or at least this company. Because good Lord. Enough. Nepo baby. Enough of these people.
I was going to give it to Jurassic Express because Luchasaurus is injured and Jack Perry lost. So that's my LVP. And match of the night, easily, Willow and Mercedes.
Yes. Indeed.
There we have it. Those are our ratings for the show. Let us know in the live chat or comments down below what you thought of last night's show. We got in the chat, Power Drive Finisher gives it an 8 out of 10.
Our boy Chuck Berries gives it an 8 out of 10. Ace with the 8 out of 10, as well as Big Man Dawes gives it an 8 out of 10. Davion with an 8 out of 10. We got an 8.5 from Mr. Towns. Come on. You got to have someone agree with me. Chuck Berry says my MVP and moment belongs to Willow 2 belts. We got Power Jerry Finisher. He says MVP Willow, LVP Jack Perry Ricochet. He says moment Willow beating Mercedes. We also got Power Jerry, Mr. Towns. He says Willow Nightingale and Mox. Yeah, Mox. That was Max, but Mox are his MVPs for the show. Thapello says MVP Willow, LVP Yuta, moment of the night.
Why?
Jesus. I don't know what Yuta did, but here we got it says co-LVP Darby for telling us this Death Fighter story will continue.
You know what? I'm not mad at that. Good Lord.
He also says co-LVP the security guards.
That's getting beat up for doing your fucking job for no reason every fucking week by the good guys. Good Lord.
Securing nothing out here in these streets. All right, Jimmy, I want to sign off here on another edition of AEWramble. I'll give you the floor. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when they'll see you again.
Next week we'll be here. I presume. What's next week? What kind of show is that? Who cares? I will be here. Yeah.
Yes, we will see you next week. And you can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSB3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat, Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. Me and Jimmy. You can check out GOAT Match Series. Season 1 is finished with us watching the Okada Shock, the first ever Okada versus Tanahashi matchup from New Beginning in 2012. Second season will start off with the second Okada versus Tanahashi matchup. And we're going to be starting our new series, our new part series within a series of GOAT Match Series, where we're watching the most famous near 5-star matches that Dave Meltzer rated wrongly. We check out all the great stuff we got on the channel right now, like our AEW World's End review and myself, John Escudero, and True Draw Josh, breaking down all the action from the last pay-per-view of 2025. Check out me and Jimmy with our AEW 2025 roster tier list, where we broke down each and every member of the roster's work for 2025 over the last 12 months. So go over and check that out. Like Jimmy said, we'll be back next Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern time, to review the first Dynamite of 2026. I will be back live tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern time, with our NJPW Wrestle Kingdom 20 preview. Myself, Sanal, and Jay News will be here with you to break down all the action for this Sunday show. And check out coming up at, I believe, 7:05 p.m. Eastern time tonight here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, our top 10 best men's wrestlers of 2025 dropping here on the channel. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 230. If there's a Willow, there's a way. For the New Year Smash edition of AEW Dynamite, we are signing off until next time.